originally got started is we put this, we just had a grandchild a couple years ago, and we never had this pool fence up around the pool. And the pool fence, when we put it up, we liked the security of it for the grandchildren, but we did not expect to lose as much space. And so I had a fire pit over there in that area that was around the pool that was in a neat location, but I said, you know, I wonder if there's something that we can do back here. And I started kind of thinking about kind of bumping this out and, you know, doing something back here and putting like an outdoor kitchen and changing that space over there. And then when we finally got around to kind of I drew it up a little bit and then presented it to my wife, and then we talked. She goes, let me talk to Dreamscapes about it. And so she called Ricky, and Ricky came out, and she said, boy, these guys seem to be really easy to work with, and they're very knowledgeable. She said, let's have them draw up some plans. And the original plans, because I had this budget in mind, right? And my budget that I had in mind was not this. So this was a blown up budget, but it's exactly what we wanted. One of the things that we have over on that side of the patio is we have a big screen TV that we could watch football games, soccer games, baseball games, whatever, while we're at the fire pit. So when we came out here, logically, I said, okay, well, we got to figure out a place to put a TV. We have all windows here. This is the game room inside here. We have all windows, so we couldn't do it there. We kind of toiled around with the idea of maybe closing this in, and none of it really appealed to me because I wanted that open pavilion feel, and I wanted the cross breeze that we get through here, which is nice. And then Tom came up with this great idea of, I said, well, why don't we bring it off the ceiling? And he said, well, the problem is the ceiling's kind of tilted and it's slanted and at a pretty high slope, so I'm gonna have to come up with some idea. And so they actually engineered that and put it together and asked us what kind of TV mount we wanted. And I wanted it to retract away from the outdoors, so when it rains, it's away from the elements. And so it'll retract back up into the ceiling. And so that's how that idea got born, and it just kind of grew from there. I think Ricky and Tom and their crew did a phenomenal job. The quality of the work is good, or is exceptional. They didn't cut corners. All along the way, I couldn't have asked for a better group of people. All of the people that came to work on the project were courteous, were very thoughtful. If they sat down and on any of the furniture, they cleaned up after themselves. They didn't leave it a mess. So they just did an overall, it was a great experience.